You already know what time it is. It's deep spirit. Deep spirit. Listen, something I've observed of these human beings is most of y'all don't know how to play. Everybody's lost the ability to play. And I've been talking to people on the Twitter machine, and on Twitter, I explained that you become a gamer. You have to be a gamer before you become a winner. It doesn't work the opposite way. You don't become a winner and not be a gamer. It doesn't exist. But most of you guys don't understand this game. And the problem is you don't play enough. And if you don't play, how are you going to learn the game? It's very simple math. 1+1 people. So I'm going to teach you in this little video that we call the YouTube machine. I'm going to teach you how to play. And the first step to being able to play is you got to be free, man. You got to be out there loose. Too many people are way too uptight, behaving like what they think a human being should behave like. And that's where you're losing. That's where you're really losing in the grand scheme of life. See, most people have a costume, is what I call it. And this costume, they do certain things, they behave a certain way, they dress a certain way, they look a certain way. They do everything a particular way that they think will appease society. And because they do it like that, they can never play. And if you ever watch this in sports, it's like the person who moves like a robot in boxing. They're just stiff, moving like, I think this is how a boxer should move, and this is how I'm going to move. Or somebody who's ever tried to shoot a basketball for the first time is horrific to watch. Horrific. Actually, watching anybody do anything for the first time is horrific. Because they're not free. They're doing what they think something looks like. And see, play is a natural expression of man. Like, you shouldn't you don't have to learn how to play. Like, you just kind of know. Like, if I threw you on a basketball court or a soccer court, all you have to do is sit there and watch a little bit, and then you will be able to learn how to play. Now, you want to be good, but here's the thing. You would still go out there and, number two, do something. See, the biggest ways to learn how to start to play the game of life is you got to be free and you got to be doing something. And most people, like, if you don't have freedom, if you don't have the freedom to do things, you're never going to be able to do something. You see how this all works together in one just nice, beautiful pie? Because by being free, it removes some of the constraints. And a lot of reason people can't play in today's age is because they have so many constraints. They have so many things locking them down. They may have a job or a career that they get paid a lot of money. And that's not really what they want to do, but they're scared to go play, so they keep the fucking locks on. They can never be free to play. They got to behave like a Google software engineer. I don't know, whatever job is a high-paying job that you would hate to be at for your life. Maybe the Pizza Hut guy. And in order to be able to play, you have to get rid of, like, things. You got to release some things. Like, if you ever played sports, one of the hardest parts about football, or if you ever played football, the hardest part about football is putting pads on. Like, that first time you start to put all the pads on, and it just feels so restricted and so tight. Like, you go from out there just kind of throwing the ball around to helmets, which is a little bit annoying, to shoulder pads, which is annoying, to the fucking pants, which is even the most annoying. And see, a lot of people are wearing the full uniform of a fucking football player. You gotta start taking some of the pads off so you can be free to move. You can't move if you fucking get all these things on you. So once you get in your point in your life where you figure out how to be free, how to get rid of most of the things that are keeping you constrained, like, say, living at your mama's house and she's always on your ass, living with your baby mama, just anything that fucking puts you in a situation where you're not, like, able to do what you want to do, you'll never be able to play. You have to be in that mold. This is why being a father is such a huge thing, huge responsibility most guys don't really comprehend, or being a husband, is that once you get those responsibilities, you're no longer free. You don't get to be free anymore. Freedom is not unless you can take them with you, then you got freedom to take your family with you, but you'll never be able just to escape and leave your family. No, it doesn't work that way, unless you're going to pay the mental cost. But then we come to the part number two, which is this: once that you are able to become free, start doing something. Most guys don't do shit. Like, you ask somebody what they do, I like to watch Friends. That's not doing anything. That's not a fucking activity. You need to start doing aggressive activities, or proactive activities, the better way to phrase it. Proactive activities are things that move your life forward. It can be anything from just walking, lifting some weights, playing piano, reading a book, anything that just does something that's going to put you in a better position in the future. And that's how the beginning of the play starts. You got to start building momentum by building all these different things up and slowly gathering, like, momentum into your new game you're playing. And see, that's the thing about life is, like, every day you should be trying to pick up some game. Like, that's what's kind of funny. I was listening to Sinful to P, and Sinful to P was playing, like, back to that game I never left. And I always laugh at it when he says it. It's pretty hard saying, because you never leave the game. The game's just here. And the way you win the game is by learning something you didn't know about the game of life that you found out about today. That's the goal. Always taking something new that's like, oh, bling, I had an epiphany. You should be having epiphanies all fucking day. Like, I have epiphanies like just no other. No other. Every fucking day. Every fucking couple hours I have an epiphany. Like, wow, I wish I would have thought about that sooner. And what happens is it gets more as you start to like grow as a human being. You get more and more and more. And this is how you start to develop the general mind where you can see everything like from a third person view, because you have so much more information than people. So you can kind of see things, step back, and look at yourself as a casual observer. But the only way you can do that is by doing something every day that's going to make you a little bit better. That's it. That's all the game is. And the last, to learn how to play. If you guys ever play pickup basketball, you know what teams always lose? I can guarantee a team's going to... I can watch a game of pickup basketball, and within 2 minutes, I can tell you which team's going to lose. And it's the team that doesn't communicate. You can't play without communicating. Unless you're playing one of those solo sports like tennis or fucking golf. Even then, you still got to communicate a little bit. You got to talk to yourself. And that's what communicate means. Like, you're talking to yourself about the game, how to play better. You're having these conversations. I have conversations with myself all the time about how can I make myself better today or tomorrow or a month from now, a year from now, 5, 10. I'm always constantly on the fucking go, what can I do to be better? And that's how you have to start to play the game. You got to start thinking, what can I do to be better? Then go ask people, hey, what can I do to be better? Or what can we do to make this better? Every conversation you should be a productive conversation of what we can do to be better. And that's the game, man. That's how you learn how to play life. Oh, that's it. That's it. It's so simple. Be free, do something, communicate. Be free, because if you got freedom, you can move. You got options. If you got options are always a good thing in a man's life, because you can exercise those options. You can use those options to parlay other options. And the option game just keeps going. You just keep making more options. That's all I'm thinking about. All I am my whole life is just starting fires like a pyrotechnic all over my fucking different domain of skill sets I'm trying to do. Like, okay, I don't know when this is going to happen, but this cybersecurity fucking course I'm plugging away at, that thing's going to catch on fire maybe, I don't know, a year from now. Then I can either have a job in cybersecurity or I can be doing my own thing. Working out. Oh, shit, I have to get that training in, because that training's going to make sure I'm not fucking crippled at 40. Or I look good when I walk into a fucking conversation with a business person, and they're like, oh, okay, this guy takes care of himself. He's well-groomed, blah, blah, blah. So your game is always how to do something to make my game better. But you got to start playing. You got to be free. And then once you get to that point where you're starting to do something, communicate with other people about how you did, or look at it yourself and figure out, was this good? Did I like the outcome? Am I happy with the result? If so, repeat and figure out how to get more freedom so you can do that more times. And then once you get that, do it, do something about it to make it better for yourself. Then communicate with the people about how it can be better so I can get more options and more freedom. And that's life. That's how you play life. So simple.